Hey, plant peeps. Welcome to Pilar. It's super early in the morning, so good morning. It's before work, and I've only got a couple minutes to film this, but I wanted to show you a couple things because I was up early and I was trying to split some plants and trying to take care of some things before work. And I saw a couple things I wanted to share with you, so let's just take a look at a couple orchids real quick. Yeah. Uh, Here are the plants that I wanted to just show you really quickly. The first thing we were doing this morning, or I was up doing, was trying to divide and repot this Coelogyne cristata. Coelogyne cristata. We got this plant a couple years ago, and it was horribly overgrown. Like only that main root ball was down in the pot, and it was grown in like green cube with perlite mix. We got this plant in Denmark when we went up there to visit Hans Christiansen. So that was a couple years ago now, almost, and so that's when we got this plant. And I hadn't done anything to it that whole time. And so you can see like these bulbs on the left here were down in kind of the pot, and the roots were, there are some longer roots that had grown down in the media. But from this third pseudobulb, this bigger one here, all the way out, that was just growing up in the air. You can see how shrivelly it grew, tiny little runty roots on each one of these pseudobulbs, like at the bottom. And they were just in the air. It was impossible to keep it hydrated. And it was starting to get kind of rotty. Like the media was just really old. And anyway, it needed to be addressed. So what I did was I had this mount that I just freed up from something else. And so I'm like, well, I'll try growing this since it wants to creep and grow long and tall. I'm like, well, I'll try growing it on this mount. So put a bunch of sphagnum on there to keep the roots hydrated. And yeah, we'll see if it takes. I mean, you can see, I don't know if that's going to be a spike or a new growth. It wasn't bloom this time last year. So it did bloom for us last year, and then this year it's done nothing but make these tiny little runty new pseudobulbs. You can see the newest growths. A couple of them have already lost their leaves. Yeah, so it was way, it's like one of these things, like I was super lazy on it and just let it go, let it go. Anyways, so then in the quest, like, what was I going to do? Well, with this one, I'm like, well, I have this pot sitting in the quarantine in the bathroom, this little bonsai pot, and I wanted to use this to try to grow this main part of the plant in. I'm letting it dry out today where I made a couple cuts on it. So I'm going to let those dry, and then I'll repot it up tonight when I can mix up the media for it. But trying to free up this pot, we had these two back bulbs from SVO Black Pearl. It's a Catasetum. And I was trying like that experiment, like where you put them on sphagnum moss and they supposedly grow new growths. Well, they hadn't done anything. It looked like they hadn't done anything. But then when I took them out of the sphagnum, they were just laid on top of a bed of sphagnum. And now let's see if it'll focus. I see both of them have started tiny little new growths on single back bulbs. These bulbs are pretty firm. They're not squishy at all. And yeah, you can see the other one. Where's the little new growth? There it is. All right, so that one also has a new little growth. Obviously no roots yet, but yeah, I gotta address that. So then when I saw that, I'm like, well, I better check this other one that I had put in the bedroom window and kind of forgotten about. And now it's got two little nubbins here growing up the stalk. I had it laid on its side. Yeah, these catasetums, man, they are so confusing for me. I feel like I'm never going to figure these plants out and how to best grow them and what to do for them. And I guess now this one I'm just going to grow on its side this year, and hopefully that thing makes roots and they grow down into the media. I don't know what I'm going to do with this. Yeah, again, it's so confusing. Maybe I'll just split this one off and just try to grow that. I don't know. So, anyways, I've mixed up the media now and washed it, and now I gotta let the media dry because I want to get these into pots fairly soon. These little back bulbs, I want to get those into a pot soon so that, yeah, they can start their growth season and put nice roots down in the media. And hopefully, we can save our SVO Black Pearl because basically they're all looking crappy. And this is also SVO Black Pearl. No idea, again, what I'm going to do with that. So there you go. There's a quick update. These are just a cactus cutting I took around Christmas time, and one of our lithops. We got a few compots of lithops a couple years ago, and so I split those up in the fall. And these are going to our friend Natalia at work. She's a colleague and a plant trader. So I'm going to give her these, and hopefully she can grow them. Thanks for checking in, guys. Hope you're having a good one on this early morning, and we will see you back here at Pilar soon. Stick together and stay focused. Have a good one.